Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV, and there was a lot of news. I tried to jam pack the Crypto Minute with a little bit more than a minute. I'm gonna have to cut that down, but there is a lot to go over. So let's talk about Grayscale and their push to convert their GBTC over to a Bitcoin spot ETF. Guess what? Apparently they are having productive talks, and that's them saying this. They're having productive talks with the SEC. I think we have days, if that long. I think we have days, right? There's also only an 8-day window for a few of the, eight spot Bitcoin spot ETF applications that they currently have. So there's a lot to go on right now. Yes, I have dry powder and I'm going to be using it. Just saying. Something else that you should pay attention to: Grayscale Bitcoin Trust seems to be operating right now at the lowest point in over 2 years, meaning it is at a discount, the largest discount in over 2 years. So there are two ways to play Bitcoin if you're looking at Grayscale. You can buy into Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, or you can buy, Bitcoin directly. And if you look at the prices for Bitcoin right now, they've been going up. We're close to 37,000 right now. Next up, I told you once we went over 30, 35 was going to be the next one. And I told you if we hit 35, it'll be a quick run to 40. And that seems to be what's going on right now. Anyway, FTX, this one is really interesting to me. FTX could be resurrected, and you want to know who wants to resurrect it? Tom Farley. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. He's only a former president of New York Stock Exchange. Yup. So I want you to think about this. Imagine if Tom Farley's company was able to snatch up FTX. Think about his experience, his operational experience over at the New York Stock Exchange, and what he could do to FTX. More importantly, I want you to think about what he could do to shake up the centralized exchange market in the United States. Boom. Just saying. You want to talk about a centralized exchange that could have a better opportunity to operate in New York State and other strict states? I think that guy could do it. I really think that guy could do it, right? There are other exchanges in operating in New York, but there are a ton of coins that just are not allowed. I think this guy could bring things forward in a major way. So when I look at everything that's going on right now, I'm seeing major moves in the retail adoption space. Okay, here's another one for you. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest. They just bought, what is it, $5.6 million worth of block, selling some Grayscale, right? They bought some block. You want to know what else they did? They just bought $9.5 million worth of Robinhood, and Robinhood just made that expansion announcement yesterday. I'm pretty sure they were able to snatch up Robinhood at a little bit of a discount. Why? Because Robinhood's numbers did not look good. Down 16%. Activity on the platform is down 16%. So imagine being able to buy them while they're down 16%, right? Announce expansion, which should introduce them to more users. So not just the stock buying, but also crypto. So that's big. There seems to be a major focus on the retail investor over at ARK Invest. And I'm here for it. Love that. Something else that's coming up. Binance owns Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet just announced a wallet as a service technology. What does that mean? That means businesses would be able to offer Web3 services more easily. That's what that means. Again, a focus on retail adoption. Get the theme? I do. I hope you do too. Something else that's going on, VChain. VChain has partnered. They recently got listed. Their two coins, VET and VTHO, VTHO, both recently got listed on Coinbase. So what was the next step? They introduced a Learn program in partnership with Coinbase. Yeah, These are big moves by a chain that people sleep on. And I told people, don't sleep on VChain. They're doing big things, very big things. So they've got an enterprise blockchain technology that they're pushing out there. They've got all kinds of things around sustainability that they're doing. They're doing a lot of things in the logistics space. Pay attention to VChain. I think it's a sleeper. I really think VChain is a sleeper. And yes, I'm holding some. Absolutely. It's on my list of coins that I like to hold. Apparently, there is another chain that's making noise. A Shibarium tech named Lucy announced that there is a major roadmap ahead for 2024 and 2025, and it's all about giving the community power. I'm good. I told you I hold a lot of Shiba Inu. I love the SHIB army. Why? Because of crap like this. This shit right here, excuse my language, I'm sorry, I'm a kid from the Bronx, how I talk sometimes, just has me hyped. They're actually saying, listen, we are working diligently to stop the ability, not that it happens, but to stop the ability up front of allowing a few people to control everything. We're doing everything in our power to decentralize. We're doing everything in our power to make everything transparent, including governance. These are major points. They're doing things like saying, hey, look, every token has a voice. There are a lot of tokens out there held by many people. So each token has a voice. That's pretty cool. Decentralization, governance, transparency, those are all things I want to hear. All things I want to hear. All of this while building a highly sustainable growth trajectory. Hat tip to the Shiba Inu team. Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. Again, a focus on retail adoption. HSBC has been making big news. Just a few days ago, I told you about how they did a whole CBDC pilot program. It was like them and Visa and a few other partners. Well, they just partnered with Medico. You want to know who owns Medico? Ripple. Yeah, that's right. Ripple bought them back in May. It's May or something like that. And what makes this important is that, again, notice how Ripple is very acutely focused on institutional investment, right? What makes this incredibly important is because HSBC wants to start digital asset custody services. As a part of those services, they're introducing tokenized securities custody services. I have to tell you, I've been saying for a really long time, the word bank needs to be redefined. HSBC seems to be working diligently at being one of the banks out there that's redefining it. They're sitting back and they're saying, hey, traditional banking is not what banking is now or is going to be in the future. And we had better make changes to recognize that. And that's what they're doing. Other banks are doing the same thing. JP Morgan's doing it, right? We have other banks that are doing the same thing. But HSBC is not playing games. HSBC and I think JP Morgan, they are not playing games. They want to be a part of that future. And they want to be a part of the crew that redefines what banking is. Remember, what you could not do way back when, you can do now from your phone, yourself. Back in the day, you needed to know somebody and you had to have big dollars to get involved in the stock market. You needed a broker who was going to charge you out the yin yang for that service. You don't have that problem anymore. This is what I mean by a focus on this space. It's big. It's big and you should be paying attention. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should go over the numbers. And the numbers are big. The numbers today are big. Let me refresh this. I haven't refreshed it, I want to say, in about, since I started the video, so about 10 minutes. So let's get this refresh going. And it should only take a second or so. Boop. There you go. So we know that things are up. We know that, and I'll show you on another screen, that Bitcoin is up, damn near touch 37,000. But I want you to see on the losing chart, Toncoin is down 8% after spiking up, for over a couple of days. So that's big news. But then as soon as you get past that, everybody's at 3% or unchanged. 3% or unchanged. I mean, 1% move for XRP, that doesn't count. Got 68 cents. That's still growth over days. And mind you, they're still 80% off their all-time high. I keep telling you, don't just look at how much money they're making now, how much money they're making over the past, X amount of time, 7 days, 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. Look at their all-time high and where they are in comparison to that all-time high. And you can start to see, oh, damn, we have space for growth. So is it 10x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x? What is it? That's how you figure that out. On the other side, who do you have? Let's see who I'm paying attention to over here. ThorChain is up. I don't hold anything, but they're up 13%. Pepe is up 12%. Gala, something I do pay attention to. I'm not holding anything right now, but I do pay attention to Gala because I like Gala. They're up 12%. Chainlink is up 11%. Big move. Arweave is up 11%. Solana is up 10%. Pay attention to these things. Right? Pay attention to these things. Now, mind you, by the time you get to the bottom of this top 25 list, you're still at 9%. You've got a long way to go when you get to 5%. You know my 5% rule. Let's see here. No, I'm not paying attention to that right now. The Fear and Greed Index was 66 yesterday. It's 69 today. I think it's going to go up again based on what I think is going to happen over the next couple of days. DeFi Llama, there you go. TVL is up. It's up $789 million at $57.789 million, right? It's big. It's growing. It's not nearly as big as what it used to be back in the heyday, but I think that heyday is coming back. I believe that heyday is coming back. If you look at the chart right here, there you go. 36,915 is what Bitcoin is trading at right now. That's a huge spike right there. Huge spike right there. Again, I tell people all the time. I told you when we hit 30 and if we maintained, we were going to go up. I said if we hit 35, we were going to go up. We've been bouncing just below 35 for a minute. That doesn't mean that we can't come back down. That doesn't mean that there won't be major profit taking because we've gone up so much. But I think there's going to be more FOMO than there is profit taking. That's what I think. I think we're going to establish a new high, which is where we're at right now. And I think after we establish that, we're going to establish a higher low. That's what I think is going to happen. We are definitely on an uptick. Definitely on an uptick. If you're looking at the big board, you can see who's up there. Matic, right now, up at 82 cents. How fast can it get to $1? I think it's going to be fast by the time it gets to $1. Link is up big time. Let's see, even Avalanche is up. Let's see who else I like. FTT is up, and that's the token for FTX, and you can see why it's up. Let's see, Filecoin is up big. Cardano is up big. Solana is up big. Where's DOT? I don't... you guys probably see it more than I do. Even Kronos is up. Let's see, Control F. There's DOT. I shouldn't have missed that. It's huge. So it's up a lot. And I'm just saying, remember, there is a deal between Polkadot and Cardano for interoperability. It's obviously having a bigger effect on Cardano because Cardano is the bigger chain. But that interoperability deal is going to be a big deal. The other interoperability deal between Polygon and Near Foundation, that is going to be a big deal. I want you to think about with a Web3 space and gaming. Exactly. Exactly. I'm on a commission called the Metaverse Standards Forum, and what we discuss is, interoperability. So imagine being able to take, assets from one game and go over to another game or another environment, another metaverse. This is what we're discussing. That is going to be huge. I want you to pay attention to something else. Everybody's sleeping on Ethereum. Ethereum has been creeping up over time. Creeping up. It's at 1900. It's over 1900 at 1916. How long do you think it's going to be with this whole creeper thing going on before it hits 2000? I'm just saying, pay attention to all-time highs. Really, get in there and do your own research. Pay attention to these all-time highs. Look at Solana. Again, it's up at 47. It's at 47. A couple of days ago, it was at 44. Just a little while ago, it was just at 41. Like it hit 44, came back down. Now it's at 47. This is what I mean by something goes up, then you have some profit taking, maybe some steeper profit taking, and then it pops again. This is what we're seeing. This is exactly what we're seeing. Start paying attention to when this goes up, that goes up too. When this goes up, that goes down. Start paying attention to those pairings. And start paying attention to how much this goes up versus how much that goes up. Pay attention to the timing of when these things go up, go down. And you might be able to start reading things. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to predict things, but you might be able to start to see trends that you can use to your advantage. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I've got to go. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, drop me a note. Let me know. I love to hear from you. The other one is, please drop me a note if you don't like what I'm doing and I can make improvements. Give me ideas about how I can improve. Somebody asked me about QFS. I meant to mention this. Somebody asked me about QFS and I have no idea what they're doing. None whatsoever. You want to know why? I have a bare minimum. I have parameters that state my bare minimum before I even think about doing research. And they're just not on that radar yet. Not to say that they won't be, but they're not there yet. So I'm not paying attention to it. All right. It's something that, whatever it is you're researching, whether it be technology, coins, stocks, you want to establish a kind of minimum because research is never ending. Okay. When you do your own research, it can be never ending. There's tons of content out there. And you have to sift through it. And you want to start to be able to say to yourself, I have a finite amount of time and I want to use my time wisely. So you want to have your own parameters by which you will abide by to say, okay, this meets the parameters for me to go do some research. Just saying. All right. You have a good one. It's Eddie J on crypto for Grow My Bag TV. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.